Hi, myself Pulkit Jain, and this video is about what we have made in our digital lab. The project was given something to make on real world problem, something related to what we have studied in our course. So this is what we have made, the electronic voting machine based on 8085 microprocessor. So this is it. So let's start with its working and its how we have made this voting machine. So firstly, there are two parts in this project. We have considered, like, the first is the hardware part and the other one is the software part. The software part is basically the coding in the assembly language of 8085. The hardware part, as you can see, what we have made, the keyboard and some buttons and the interfacing with 8085. So let's start with its components and what we have used in making this voting machine. So as you can see, there are 4 buttons on this. So basically the buttons represents the mode in which the voting machine is working. So there are 4 modes: a display mode, reset, clear and a count. The next part is this keyboard we have made for voting. Like, someone can press the button and can cast a vote. So there are 16 switches on the push buttons. Actually, there are 16 push buttons on this. Each button represents the candidate. Corresponding to each candidate, the LEDs representing to whom you have voted. And a display, we have used 7-segment display for displaying all what necessary informations. There are further 3 more LEDs, a yellow one, green one and a red one. They shows the status of the voting machine, where it is actually working. Then there are lots of wires which are actually the interfacing with this kit. So basically we are not using all the components in the kit. It's the IO port interfacing, the 8255 and 8155. The processor itself, and a RAM to store the results of the voting. So basically this is the hardware part, the components. Still the clock and the crystal, the voltage regulator and other components inbuilt in this kit are actually used. So this is the hardware part. The software part is the coding. So we have coded for each mode in which this is working. So let's start with its functioning, means how you will operate this voting machine. So the first one is the clear mode. When you have to start a new voting, the first one is the clear mode, which will clear all the previous data stored in the memory locations. So clear button is first to be pressed when you want to start a new election, like you are starting. After clearing all the memory location, the machine goes in the reset mode. The reset mode is that one when a voting is going on and someone is not voting currently. At that point of time, the machine remains in the reset mode. When someone comes for the vote, the voter comes to cast a vote, then the count button is pressed. The count button is a separate one. It actually remains with someone who is authorizing, means who is conducting all this election. So the button remains with him. So he actually identifies whether who the voter is and whether he is eligible for this voting or not. So if he is eligible, then he presses the count button and the machine goes in the count mode, where one can actually press one of the 16 buttons and can cast his vote. Once the vote is casted, the machine itself goes in the reset mode again. Now when again someone comes for a voting, you again press the count button after authenticating him. Once you are over with the voting, you can display the results you can see the result, so but all cannot see the result, so we have used the password security system. So once you are over with the voting, you can see the results, and the individual candidate has got how many votes, the total number of votes, and who has won the election. All the information you can see. So this is currently in the reset mode. This is just for something to display a pattern or something like that. The yellow LED shows that it's in reset mode, and the rest is it's in reset mode. Now, so here we have started a new counting, and now when someone comes for a voting, then you will authenticate him that he is a valid voter, and you will press the count button, so it goes in the count mode. So now after pressing the count button, it goes in the count mode. So the count mode is basically it expresses count a vote. So it displays something on the screen. It says drop your vote. So it says that means the machine is ready for taking a vote, and now the voter can cast a vote. So as someone presses the button, like here we presses this, so the buzzer beeps, it shows voted for which candidate, and then it shows total number of votes being casted till now. So it's now like 1. So one vote have been casted till now, and the machine itself then goes to the reset mode. So it again goes in the reset mode, and when some other voter comes to cast a vote, again by authenticating him, someone conducting this election presses the count button. So like someone again comes for a vote, and we go for a next vote count. So this count. So it again goes in the count mode, and again it shows the drop your vote. So again, like someone has come for to cast a vote, and it goes in the count mode. So again, like someone presses the button, this time like I press this. So again the next vote is counted and says voted for which candidate, and total vote count till now. And so it says it shows the total number of votes being casted till now, and it again goes in the reset mode. Like you can't display the votes for an individual candidate. For that you have to have the password. Basically it is with who is conducting this whole election, and only he can see the result, who has won, or which candidate has got how many votes. So now that's it. Again, now when